Dodger fans, we have a friendly reminder. We need you guys to go online and vote for the Roberto Clemente Award for our guy, Mookie Betts. I know you're on your phones right now, so just go to MLB.com. This award is given to the player who best represents baseball on and off the field, and we know Mookie is definitely deserving of that. There's a lot of players on the list, so we got to show up, guys, okay? So MLB.com, vote for Mookie. The voting ends at the end of next week on the 29th. So once the regular season ends, no more voting. So this is our time to shine. So go on MLB.com.
Yes, and Dodger fans, today is Firefighter Appreciation Day, and ahead of this special day, the Dodger players went to visit our firefighters at Fire Station 20, which for decades has been known as the Dodgers Fire Station. The players got to get an inside look at the day-to-day operations, got to suit up, conduct practice drills, and join a ride-along. That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's check it out.
Of any city are extremely important, and a lot of us drive by this particular station every day, and to kind of get to go in and ride around and meet some of the guys was really cool for us, and really cool for me, obviously, with our foundation and kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome getting to see kind of behind the scenes for my first time being in the fire station, so it was really cool. They protect the city, man, so it's good for us to recognize them, and I appreciate everything that they do.
Probably some of the most underappreciated people in our communities, and trying to give them and their families a day at the ballpark and go have fun. And these guys work crazy hours and a lot of time away from their families, so anything we can do to give them kind of a stress-free day is huge for us. Really kind of cool experience to ride around. Obviously, when you're a kid, at school, you get to see the fire truck outside, but to run around and hear the sirens and see how they operate the thing is pretty impressive, and a cool deal for us to be a part of.
Wearing those clothes, I didn't realize how heavy it is. That's like 70, 80, 90 pounds sometimes, so I have a new appreciation for firemen.
time to meet the Kids Taking the Field this afternoon. The Kids Take the Field program, sponsored by UCLA Health, is a Dodger tradition, giving young fans the once-in-a-lifetime chance to join their favorite team as they take the field here at Dodger Stadium. Fans is UCLA Health's Chief Operating Officer for the past 6 years. Richard Azar has been a leader within the organization. In his role, he leads the team who deliver compassionate patient care at UCLA's 3 hospital campuses and in specialty care clinics throughout Southern California. He also works to expand access to the organization and was instrumental in the acquisition of UCLA Health's new West Valley Medical Center. This new campus provides San Fernando Valley residents with convenient access to UCLA Health's exceptional care. Thank you, Richard, for your dedication to enhancing healthcare resources for all Angelinos. And taking the mound for tonight's first pitcher, Richard's 8-year-old twins, Antoinette and Angelo. All right, kids, if you're ready, let's see what you got. Strong arms, kids. Way to go. Thanks for being with us today. Thanks to UCLA Health. Today would have been Tommy Lasorda's 97th birthday. We, of course, miss having Tommy with us, but his spirit is on display throughout Dodger Stadium. It is that spirit that we celebrate the 3rd annual presentation of the Tommy Lasorda I Bleed Dodger Blue Award, which is presented to a member of the Dodger family who embodies the passion, enthusiasm, love for the game of baseball, and of course for the Dodgers that Tommy possessed. Please turn your attention to Dodger Vision as we celebrate this year's recipient.
Tommy Lasorda once said, "The difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a man's determination." And you would be hard-pressed to find a player with more grit and determination than Steve Yeager. In 1972, a 23-year-old Yeager looked to have a shot at being on the Dodgers' opening day roster. But the day before the season started, the team claimed veteran catcher Dick Dietz off waivers, a move that would force the rookie to be optioned back to AAA Albuquerque, where he would resume his minor league career with a new manager, Tommy Lasorda. Stephen Wayne Yeager was drafted by the Dodgers on June 6, 1967, and became one of the many prized prospects in the Dodgers minor league system.
One of the things that I found out that in spring training, the pitchers, when they were having bullpen sessions, actually started to wager, seeing if they could throw a ball past Steve Yeager as he was catching them in bullpens, and they couldn't, and that irritated them, because Steve's whole thing was he never wanted to have to turn his back to the pitcher and go get the baseball. It didn't matter if it was low, it didn't matter if it was inside, outside, if it was high. Steve Yeager just did not ever want to turn his back to the pitcher and have to go retrieve the baseball.
Yeager earned a reputation for his toughness early in his career. in the first inning of a minor league game with the Bakersfield Dodgers in 1969. A collision with a base runner at home plate fractured his leg, but Steve would remain in the game, unaware of the severity of his injury. It wouldn't be the last time he'd be playing through pain. After being teased with getting his shot at the show, Yeager spent the majority of the 1972 season with Tommy in Albuquerque. But an injury to Dick Dietz, the catcher who had stalled Yeager's big league career, would force the Dodgers to call him up in August of '72. He would stay in the majors with the Dodgers for 14 seasons.
He wore that uniform for 14 years, and he always wore that uniform with pride, and especially loved putting on the catching gear because he loved his ability behind the plate. It didn't matter who he was playing, where he was playing, especially during the summertime in Cincinnati or St. Louis. He was in there day game after night game. He knew how good he was. We all knew how good he was, and there was no reason why he couldn't catch as many games as he did, and he did. He was just a gamer.
Yeager was a symbol of resilience, a player whose presence behind the plate was both reassuring and formidable. His bat was strong, so too was his voice, the volume of which earned him the nickname Boomer. His courage was inspiring, and his leadership made him irreplaceable. He was a defensive general, directing the great pitching staff on the field.
Well, I don't think there was ever a better catcher than Stevie. As a pitcher, when you're relying on a guy to block a ball, make a throw, tag somebody, there were great catchers all over, but I still don't think I ever threw a ball to anybody that could track it down better than Steve Yeager.
Steve's fearless approach to the game showcased his dedication to the team's success. You would be hard-pressed to find a better example of that fearlessness than this play at the plate in the 1974 World Series.
1-1. High fly ball to shallow, well, medium center, and he should come home and score. Wynn makes one throw, and Ferguson took it with the better arm. The ball!
You can see what that play developed because Steve was blocking home plate, which you could in those days, and you know there's going to be a collision. They just hope that nobody got hurt. It was a classic play, classic throw, classic tag, and it was a classic exhibition by Steve Yeager hanging on to the ball. You know you got to hit hard, but he stayed in the game. And I know he was hurt, but that's the kind of player he is.
Yeager would continue to show his toughness for years to come. Whether it was home plate collisions, freak broken bat accidents, or day games after a night game, Yeager was never absent from the Dodger lineup for very long. In 1981, Yeager's defensive prowess and clutch hitting were pivotal in the Dodgers' quest to win their first World Series title since 1965. With the series with the Yankees tied at